Hello, I'm Trent, aka Trademark here, and today I'm going to show you guys which is the best artifact in anime fighters and how much it actually costs to level them up and even prestige them. Artifacts are one of the most important things in the game. They are going to give you a ton of luck, a ton of drop rate, a ton of whatever you need. There's an artifact for just about everything in the game, okay? Now, the way that you get artifacts, you come into the challenge room, you come over here, and basically you click change artifact. You're going to craft them first, and then you need to level them up. In order to level them up, you're going to need fragments from dungeons, and you're going to need a lot of fragments. And when I say a lot, let me show you guys this. So I'm not joking around when I say a lot. We literally need. So here's how it works. So basically you're gonna need 10 for the first level, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 of the yellow fragments, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 of the orange fragments for the artifact of riches, right? But when you get to level 10, it maxes out and you have to prestige it. Prestiging it's gonna completely reset its level, and you have to start over all the way from the beginning, which makes it insanely expensive to get all the way to level 15. You'll notice that the prestige column is telling you that to get to level 10, it costs 550 yellow fragments and 110 oranges, and then 1210 for the next prestige, 1210 and 242 for the next prestige, and then 1990, 398 for the next, but that's total. Okay, guys? So what does this mean? In total, you're going to need 5,150 yellow fragments and 1,030 orange fragments to get Artifact of Riches to level 15. Yes, that is a lot. That means that you have to literally fill up your entire inventory all the way to max capacity, a little over 5 times for the yellow and a little over 4 times for the orange. Now, the good news is that Artifact of Riches actually isn't that good. Sorry, that's the bad news. Artifact of Riches is not that good. But the good news is yellow and orange artifacts no one ever wants. They're quite easy to trade for. Here's the bad news. Artifact of Attack is worth maxing out because Artifact of Attack, basically, let's just go over the tier list. All right? Let's go over the tier list. We don't even need this on there. The tier list goes like this. No, it's not even really a tier list. It's just, here's how it works. If you're opening, you're going to want Artifact of Fortune when you're new. Very, very later on, once you have like over 25 luck, naturally, then you might want to move to Artifact of Time. And if you're super endgame, which means if you're super endgame, you have over 15 or like over 10 double light speed units. Actually, it's over 15 now. You're going to need 16 double light speed units. If you're super endgame, you can max prestige Artifact of Multitude, which gives you extra equips, and that will actually be better than the Artifact of Time for when you're opening. So that's for opening. If you're opening stars, you're going for divines, you're going for secrets, you're going to start out, you want the Artifact of Fortune maxed. Then you could work on your Artifact of Time late, super endgame late. I haven't even started on my Artifact of Multitude. But it's actually better if you have more than 16 light speed units, like a double light speed units, like I said. Because with the extra 5 equips, each double light speed unit is giving you 0.6 speed, or excuse me, time. So this is actually better than than how much you're going to get from equipping the time. So that's just a heads up there. When you're actually fighting stuff, time trial, pushing time trial rooms, farming bosses, you probably want Artifact of Attack. It is worth maxing out because, like I said, it's not very hard to get. It's not very hard to get red frags. Purples are a little bit rough, but you only need 1,030 of them to max it out. So I would get the Artifact of Attack. Now let's talk about the really the hardest artifact in the game to max, and one of the most valuable. That is your Artifact of Hoarding, and it is brutal. To get your Artifact of Hoarding maxed out, you need 5,150 blue fragments, which are one of the most highly requested fragments in the game. And you need 515 purple fragments. So very, very tough. And you need 2,575 green fragments. So you need 3 types of fragments for the artifact of hoarding, which is also why it's so good. It gives you a huge drop multiplier, and because of the way that the hoarding artifact works, it basically multiplies. So when I put on my drop team, right? I put on my drops team here, and I pop a super drop boost. See how I have 100.25? That's not right. Why is that not right? Oh, it's because I have some of my units in the incubator. Let's pull those out real quick. Okay, let's try that again. With my team, drops team, full drops team, 11 units, double draconic, 130.25. That's also from my sensitive slayer, a little 0.25 addition. But if I actually start my artifact, or if I switch to it, it would actually bump that up all the way to like 200 or 360 or something crazy. It's huge multipliers. So that's why Artifact of Hoarding is so good. I would say Artifact of Hoarding is probably the best thing in the game if you're doing dungeons, or if you're doing time trials, or if you're doing... I don't think it affects raids, so that's unfortunate. I kind of feel like it should, though. Why does dungeons get affected, but raids don't? Anyways, Artifact of Hoarding. Amazing artifact. Next up, Artifact of Passage. People often say, Trademark, should I also max out Artifact of Passage? Yes, but you should get Artifact of Passage on an alt account. If you really, long term, if you want to be sweaty, the way that you be sweaty in this is you get an alt account, you bring it to the last world, you max out the prestige or Artifact of Passage. That way, you can have your hoarding artifact equipped on your main account, and then your alt account can open you a new dungeon every 1.3 hours. If you notice there, it basically, time does not affect this. Time does not affect your cooldown here. So the only thing that affects your cooldown there is basically this. Now, honestly, I probably should use at some point, I probably should equip this and just take it to like level, I think you can take it to level 5. So I could have a 4-hour cooldown if I just take it to level 5, and that wouldn't cost me that many fragments to do that. I probably should do that on my main at some point. But because there's this long, annoying cooldown on changing your artifacts, I don't really care to do that usually. Last one that we'll talk about, I guess, is Artifact of Riches and the Artifact of Multitude. So the Artifact of Riches, like I said earlier, it's not very valuable. Eventually you'll get infinite yen, so you pretty much never will have this equipped. But it's also the easiest to max out because no one wants yellows or oranges, so take it for what it's worth. And then finally, we have the Artifact of Multitude. Now, I can see this being good in the sense that it's actually pretty cheap to max prestige. It's, 1250 prestige for blues and then 625 for purples. Yeah, I mean, I think that's just fine. Passes is till level 8. Oh, it doesn't start prestiging until level 8. Is that what you're saying? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's max. I don't want to take it max because that's going to cost me a lot more fragments. I'm just saying to actually get it to the max before I have to prestige it. Anyways, those are artifacts. They're crucial to the game. To your success in the game is vital to having high level artifacts. I would say the majority of players are probably never going to prestige something. It's very, very difficult and a lot of fragments. I never would have prestiged any of my artifacts if I wasn't given literal full stacks of artifacts to do it. I had a lot of generous people just donate me stuff to basically max them out. If that was not the case, it is absolutely painful to try and max these out. And that's coming from someone, granted, that has like a, I think I have like maxed out, I have like a 360 times drops multiplier, right? It's just, but that's how it works. It sucks. I'm sorry. But if you don't have like literally, you can't donate all of your life to this game, or you don't have a friend that can trade you fragments, then I would suggest just taking these up to level 10. I think these 3 right here max out at level 10 before you start prestiging. And then this one's at like level 3. And these 2 are at level 10 as well. And that's where I would take them all to, is to the point before you start prestiging them. And then I'd leave them there because you probably can end up getting more stuff from trading fragments anyways than you actually will benefit from prestiging them. But that is how artifacts work. I wish you luck in actually grinding them up. You're going to have to do a lot of dungeons. But good luck. Malo Alpito. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out of here. Oh. Bonus question. Someone just asked, does XP boost work in the incubators? Yes, it does. So, and time also works. So, if you're leveling stuff, I forgot to mention, you basically want to throw on all your time things. You throw on your time team. You throw on your time artifact. And then you can actually level faster if you go outside with a boost. But I talked about that in another video. Anyways, guys, Malo Alpito. Thanks for watching. Peace. I'm out of here.